What's up, everyone? So, I don't know if this is considered a rant video or however you want to categorize it, but your word, whether you're a man, a woman, whatever you identify as, I'm not going to get into that at this point of this crazy world. Your word should mean everything. I think it was Tony Montana in Scarface. He said something like, what did he say? In this world, the only thing I have are my balls and my word, and I don't break them for no one. That's 100% true. I think in this day and age, a lot of people, they say one thing and then they don't follow through. And to me, that's a lack of respect for yourself, for the other person, and it's just not a good trait. And I'll give you a little example. So right now you can't see, but right around that corner right there, there's a tree. It's not a big tree, and my neighbor last week, and this is not my neighbor's fault at all. I'm just gonna give you the context. It starts raining a little bit, sprinkling. My neighbor said that the tree on our side, it was kind of hanging over to their side. Now, technically, I told them that, I didn't know at the time, anything that goes over to their side, they have the right to cut it. I can't legally go over to their side and cut the branch. She was cool with it. She understood. The reason she brought it up is she said that her husband said that the tree was the branches were coming out and it was hitting the window. And when it gets really windy, it's making noise. So I can totally understand that. And my neighbors are really cool, and I like to be very respectful to other people. And I told her that if her gardener comes, they can trim that side so it doesn't bother. So it's still up there, so it must not bother them that much. That being said, I did want to get this fixed really quickly. I started chopping it myself a little bit, but I don't have a chainsaw. I don't have time for that nonsense. Sorry for the allergies. So I told my gardener, I said, hey, can you get this tree cut down? And this was last week. And he says, oh, I'll do it at the end of the week. And the week happens. No show. This past Monday comes around. I was like, hey, when are you planning on cutting the tree? And because you didn't do it last week. He responded and he said, oh, sorry about that. This was on Monday, early this Monday. Sorry about that. I'll do it Wednesday. Well, it's Wednesday right now, and I'm pretty sure it's about close to 4 p.m. I want to pick up my daughter from daycare. I have a few minutes to spare, and it looks like he's not going to come. And the thing is that he's done this before, and it's a repeated behavior. And I haven't said anything much because it's not because I'm a pushover, because there comes a time and a place where you can be nice, but you can't be a doormat. And sometimes you got to just grab them by the throat. I know this sounds melodramatic to some people, and this is first world problems, and I know a lot of people have just been affected by it, but I have a right to voice my opinion because this has nothing to do with the damn tree. It really doesn't. It has to do with respect. So if something were to happen, or I should say, if he wasn't able to keep his word, he should at least message me, send me a text message, call me, let me understand what's going on. Now, there's a small chance that maybe something did pop up, but more than likely, no. He's just, by his actions, he's basically saying that, yes, he's basically saying that I'm not a high priority customer. He doesn't give a crap, because I will admit, they tell you that you get what you pay for, and he's on the cheaper side, so I think he prioritizes clients. Nonetheless, I still pay. I'm a good customer. He doesn't even have to ask for the bill. I write it down on the calendar and I just pay him through Venmo. No problems, nothing. But this is repeated behavior. So I just want to get my point across is that even though it might not seem like a big deal when you say something, when you repeatedly do that to other people, it doesn't help the situation, because he's probably going to cut it eventually this way. I don't know. But because of the point where, you get what you pay for or whatever, we don't have that much maintenance. Some people will say, why don't you just do it yourself? I understand that, but this is one of the few perks that I do get paid for, because I just don't have time. I do, the maintenance on my car, on my wife's car, laundry, taking care of the house, the kid, the daycare, the school. You totally understand. So this is one luxury, I guess you could say, that we pay for. So eventually, instead of bitching and complaining, I'll probably just get a new gardener. But at this point, I just want to give this example that this is a bad pattern of behavior, because I don't feel guilty for, if I want to write a horrible review, a bad review on Yelp, I'm gonna do it, because why? I don't want other people getting dicked around by someone not showing them any respect and not even at least telling them what's going on. Now, like I said, there's a small chance that maybe he had a family emergency, something like that, but based on the pattern, this guy doesn't seem to give a crap. All right. Then maybe I allowed it. He doesn't understand the frustration, but it shouldn't even get to that point. How would you like it? Like, I know this is not the best example, but for people that have followed my channel for a long time, how many empty promises have I told you? Have I ever said, like, okay, I'm gonna do a video, it's coming out tomorrow for sure, and then I don't? You probably just be like, oh, whatever. And then I say something else again. Oh, I'm gonna start doing this. I'm gonna start doing that, and then I don't. Oh, I'm gonna do a body update video. Oh, and then I don't do that. Oh, I'm gonna do a weigh in. Then I don't do that. You see, like, a lot of, like, not to poke fun of it, but a lot of not old, overweight YouTubers that do this, right? They just rinse and repeat the same thing. Their word means nothing. And when you lose that, I lose respect for you. So, like me, when I say something, I actually mean it, and I do it with action. I don't just talk. So if I say I'm going to try to put out 2 videos a week, and they've been coming out every, like, 4 days, look at my history. It's right at that. If I can't keep up the 4 days or 5 days or whatever, I will tell you. I'm not going to keep BSing, because my word, it does mean everything. It should mean everything to you too. So when you say something and you're going to meet someone at a certain time, you should be there. And if you're late, you should say it. It's a matter of respect for people's time as a human being. And this is missing in society. Now, once again, people are going to say, it's just a tree, calm down. I understand that. This tree is not a big deal, okay? It's going to happen, but it's the principles, it's the principalities behind it. That's what the driving force that I'm trying to say in this video. And, I'm a nice guy to a point, but if you cross me and you disrespect me, then I'm gonna state my case, and I'll say it for another video. But this is not the first rodeo that I've had to deal with contractors and other people, where you be nice to a point, and then you just got to put the smack down. You just got to tell them straight up, be like, enough's enough. All right. So that's my time. Your word should mean everything. Just keep that in mind whenever you make a promise to someone. Extenuating circumstances do happen once in a while, but for the most part, when you say something and you're going to do it, you should do it. That's my time. Bye.